Welcome back, everyone. Today, I just want to start off with a short little story. I worked for a guy many years ago who said, "Oh, that can't be done." That when somebody said that to me, that was like a challenge. It was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to show you, motherfucker. I'm going to show you that it can be done." Well, in that particular case, I was making stair treads for a portable changing station, and we used to run it basically these boards with a router. And just pretend this is a router with a V bit, right? So V looking like that, except turned this way, right? It'd make little V cut all the way down the board. You'd unclamp the board, move it over an inch, repass it, move it over an inch, repass it, move it over an inch, repass it. And you do this for ungodly amount of times, right? And I decided that there's a better way of doing that. I'm going to grab the table saw. I'm going to lower the blade down to about 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to turn it 45 degrees. And now I got a nice 45-degree angle. And I can zing, 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 move it 3/4 of an inch. Zing, zing, zing. I don't have to unclamp anything. It's a lot faster than using a router, which can, depending, it's cutting both sides of the board at the same time versus making a nice clean cut on both sides of the board. Right? It's kind of like fighting. And one side of the router bit wants to suck the board in, and the other side of the bit wants to spit the board out. Right, so you're kind of fighting against that motion, whereas a table saw blade is constantly rotating the same direction. Right, so I knew in my mind there's a better way of doing it. So I went ahead and I built a staircase like that. And then I told my boss about it, and he's like, "Oh, you can't do that." And I said, "Well, come here and look. What do you think of this?" He goes, "Oh, yeah, those look great." I said, "Well, that's what I did on the table saw." He goes, "No way." Yeah, so that's the first thing. So, number one rule in life, if you want to achieve anything, you have to have the determination to do it, right? Like, I don't know how to play the piano, but I don't have the desire to play the piano, so I'm not going to take the time to learn it. But if I wanted to be a better swimmer, I can swim okay. If I want to learn to be a better swimmer, which might be an option, I need to go practice. I need to practice my deep breathing exercises. I need to probably meditate and think about what I'm doing all of the time before I do it. And that's saying no different with RC cars, right? You think about it. You got to pre-plan it. And this isn't a kit, right? If you're building a kit like a Tamiya kit, somebody else sat there in a chair and behind a desk, a messy desk, probably like mine. They probably first drew it out with a pen and paper or pencil and paper. They drew out what they wanted, and then they started building some bits and pieces until they got a scaled model that they liked. Then they had to make some three-dimensional molds, so on and so forth. No different. You have to have the desire, number one. And you have to be willing to commit that desire in order to make it happen. It's just not going to come to you. And then you can sit and you can think about it. Like a lot of times I'll be laying in bed. My mind, it just doesn't turn off like a switch, right? I'll sit there and I'll think about something, whatever it may be. Maybe it's this RC truck, right? Thinking about the rear suspension, how I'm going to do the rear suspension. It'll come to me while I'm laying in bed, while it's peaceful, while it's quiet. So it's okay to think about it while you're sitting there peacefully, quietly, because that is also encouraging the neurons in your brain to be active, to do something. You're creating a desire for a finished product. Whatever that product may be, it may not be an RC car. It could be something totally different, but like the piano, swimmer, whatever the case may be, you have to want it, number one. Right, so anything is possible within a reasonable doubt, of course, right? I mean, there might be some people out there that can use Jedi mind force and make things move across their desk. I'm not one of them, but I truly believe in there's a will, there's a way, and never underestimate determination. Have a good day.